up, y'all? It's Simone here, and today in this video I am gonna be doing some dyeing. This is a unit from WIG Encounters, and to be honest, you guys know me, this is not really my style as far as it being short and curly, so I wanted to spice it up a bit by using these Blonde Me dye basically to go ahead and bleach the hair. So I only used 1 scoop, and then I used a lot of this liquid, not too much. After a while, when you know how to do this, you will know what the consistency should be. So you don't want it to be runny, but you don't want it to be too thick. I also bleached the knots. So I bleached the knots first though, because I didn't want to have to dye the hair and then after I washed out all that bleach, have to come back and re-bleach. So this is the easiest way to do it. I would say make sure the hair is semi-dry or at least mostly dry before you start to bleach the hair. So I sectioned the hair off into a few parts, starting off at the bottom, and I really wanted this look to be mostly like a ombre type of look, but then with random streaks of blonde on the hair. So as you can see, I'm only applying it to the bottom for now, and then I'm taking out random strands and applying the bleach all over the entire strand. So this is basically how you would like to do it. If you don't want to have too much color, then I would say take out less strands to bleach. But if you want a nice mix, then go ahead and take out a few. Make sure it's scattered and or evenly spread out. Also, it's important to not have a really harsh line. I know the hair is curly, so you kind of can't tell, but it helps if you use the brush and turn it sideways. So as you're getting towards the part where you want to stop, just angle the brush so that it's not a harsh straight line across. So this is where we're at right now. This hair was super easy to dye. I will say though, I actually loved this wig. I didn't use a headband or anything on this wig. It just fit really well. I had to actually add a little bit more dye. So here I am just mixing it up again. And then I went ahead and continued. Now again, you don't have to add a lot of color to this. This is basically, you want some kind of color, but you don't want too much. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, this is how it looked after. Such a beautiful color. I went ahead and plucked the hairline. Now I would definitely recommend that you pluck the hairline before the hair dries, because the natural curl on this wig, as you can see, is super beautiful. So you don't want to go ahead and risk it and have to make the curls. Like, take advantage of how good the curls actually look. And then I also made sure I parted it where I wanted it to be parted, so that it would dry just like this. And then I went ahead and I just scrunched the hair. I didn't put any extra product in or anything. This is just the hair freshly washed, and I just spent time really scrunching and crunching those curls. Now it's time to install, and as usual, I start off by just cutting off the excess. Now make sure you brush your edges back. I used some alcohol. I found the spray one at Walgreens and it's amazing. So I went ahead and used it on a paper towel and then wiped off my edges to make sure there was no like excess oils or any residue there that would possibly make the installation process a challenge. So don't put it on the hair. Put it on the skin. Okay, slide the wig back to where you would want it. Now, I'm not a fan of minimizing the forehead. If you place it too far back, you risk your forehead looking massive. More massive than it probably is, because girls, I got a big forehead. Next, I went ahead and used Ghost Bond glue. Probably the only glue that works for me. I will always say this, there's no other glue that works for me. Everything is just ugh, or just too sticky, or feels like Elmer's glue, and it just does not work. So this is the only one that works for me. Dries clear, stays for a while, and is easy to come off of my skin. carefully pull the lace onto the glue. Now, as you guys may know, some of you may not, but once you tack this down and you push it into your skin, you can't move it because if you move it, it's going to turn white and just look disgusting, and then you have to start all over. So make sure before you press it into your skin, you kind of like where it's at. Now let's go ahead and do the sides. Make sure you cut the excess lace off from above the ears. And even though this part is a little bit white, again, what I love about Ghost Bond glue, I can't talk, is it's gonna dry clear anyways. Now, I would say don't do this across the whole hairline, make sure it's clear, but I got a little antsy and I had to go. Go ahead and cut your lace off. And this lace was actually very, very, very invisible. Actually, I was highly impressed by this. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm actually pulling back the lace a little bit, the parts that did not stick, and I'm lightly applying more glue underneath that area so that it looks melted. Can you guys see how good that looks? And just press it in, not too hard, but enough to make it stick. Now, my favorite trick of all time is to get whatever's left on your foundation brush or powder that matches your skin and just lightly color the edge of the lace. Do you see how good that blends, babes? That blends so freaking good. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is just like fake curl them, but curl them. I'm gonna go ahead and flat iron my edges. Now, there was a huge chunk of this video that just randomly went missing. I have no clue where it's at, so I don't really have the end result, but I do have how my hair looked when I wore it in the days after installing. I kept this wig on for maybe about a week and a half because it was just so easy. The easiest wig. It was so light. There was no shedding. It was so easy to reinstall. I had it reinstalled at one time, I think, or twice, because I like to wash my face and wash all the way up by my hairline. So yeah, the glue did kind of come off a little bit, but it lasted so long, and it just was the best, probably one of my favorite, easiest wigs to have on my head. And the only reason why I'm curling these is because when you lay them flatter, they look so good. So, gotta be glue, hairspray, and a brush, edge control brush, and this actually makes your edges stay longer than any edge control, in my opinion. And this is how my end result looked. It looked really good. Sorry for the hanging boob, but it just looks so good. And I want you guys to see how the hair looks when it's dry. It just looks so natural. I got so many compliments on this wig. It's the best wig ever. Love it. See you guys in my next video.